Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs in world football, and thus have been home to some of the greatest players the world has ever seen. From Cristiano Ronaldo to George Best, Old Trafford has been home to some incredible players, but there are also some players whose supporters will want to forget ever donned the famous red shirt. Here are 10 players you might have forgot played for Manchester United. Number 1. Mame Biram Diouf. Relegated last season with Stoke City, Mame Biram Diouf has rarely been a prolific goalscorer during his career, so it's a wonder why Manchester United moved for him in 2009. The Red Devils signed Diouf from Norwegian side Molde and immediately loaned him back, with the striker joining up with Sir Alex Ferguson's squad in January 2010. His Old Trafford career got off to a fantastic start, scoring in his home debut against Burnley, celebrating with a gold medal worthy flip. However, that would be the only time Manchester United fans would celebrate a goal scored by the Senegalese international. A loan move to Blackburn brought about 3 league goals, and Diouf was sold in 2012 to Hanover. Number 2. Dave Jones. So many players have come through the Manchester United academy, and one of those is midfielder Dave Jones, which I found pretty surprising. Jones began with the club as a 10-year-old in 1995 and would be there for more than 10 years, despite never making a league appearance. Jones would play for the first team 4 times during his career, before eventually leaving in January 2007 to join Derby County. Now aged 33, Jones has yo-yoed between the Premier League and the Championship ever since, but has never played for a club as big as Manchester United. Sorry Wigan fans. Number 3. Manucho. Surely some people will remember Manucho. The Angolan striker has got to go down as one of Sir Alex Ferguson's worst ever signings, having signed into a 3-year deal after a successful trial period with the club. Manucho would only make 1 Premier League appearance for Man United and left just 18 months after arriving, heading to Spain with Real Valladolid. Now aged 35, Manucho appears to be without a club, but it's unclear whether or not he's retired. Either way, the striker has never really shown that form that must have inspired Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him up, except in an Angola shirt where he scored 22 goals in 52 games. Number 4. Danny Higginbotham. Nowadays he's seen on Sky Sports as a pundit, and you wonder to yourself, why on earth should I listen to Danny Higginbotham? Who did he ever play for? Well actually, he used to play for Man United, where the defender started his career. Between 1997 and 2000, Higginbotham played 7 times for the Manchester United first team, leaving in the year of the millennium to join Derby County. The pundit clearly has a fetish for red and white stripes, going on to play for Southampton, Stoke City, Sunderland and Sheffield United, so it's clear why he had to leave Old Trafford. He wasn't good enough, obviously. Number 5. Rodrigo Moraes. Whenever you sign a Brazilian, there's bound to be excitement, and that was exactly the case when a young man called Rodrigo Moraes moved to the northwest. The midfielder was spotted by the Red Devils during their pursuit of twins Fabio and Rafael, and in hindsight they probably wish they'd left the 3 of them in South America. To be fair, at least the twins had some value, but Moraes never took off in Manchester, spending his second season on loan at Braga after just 8 appearances in a Manchester United shirt. In 2010 he returned to Brazil with Santos and has turned into a bit of a journeyman, changing clubs almost every year. Now aged 29, it seems as though Moraes is without a club, having been released from his contract with Vietnamese side Ho Chi Minh City in February of this year, just over a month after joining. So Mourinho, you know what to do, bring him home. Number 6. Richie DeLong. A promotion and Premier League winner in the same season and a man I once conversed with on Twitter, Richie DeLong is fairly unique, but the one thing he has in common with everyone else in this video is that he played for Manchester United. The Belgian fullback joined in January 2009 from Stoke City in what was quite a strange transfer, where the Red Devils would only pay the Potters depending on how many times DeLong played for the club. The majority of DeLong's Manchester United career was either spent out on loan or in the reserves, but he did make 3 Premier League appearances for Man United. He would join Leicester in 2012, where incredibly he helped the Foxes lift the Premier League, an honour that I imagine sits right alongside his Reserve Player of the Year award from 2010. Number 7. James Chester. Another player who you might not know began his career at Manchester United, James Chester has forged out a decent enough career at centre-back, considering he's not the tallest lad, despite the best efforts of Tony Pulis who pushed him out at left-back during his West Brom days. Chester was a senior Man United player between 2007 and 2011, during which he had loan spells at Peterborough, Plymouth and Carlisle, as well as making a whopping 1 Manchester United appearance, replacing Gary Neville in the League Cup semi-final against Derby County. Number 8. Kieran Richardson. To be fair, I think most people will know that Kieran Richardson was a Manchester United player once upon a time, but I imagine most Red Devils fans will want to forget all about it. With 5 years as a senior player at Old Trafford, Richardson made 81 appearances for the first team and actually found the net an impressive 11 times, as well as forcing himself into the England team, albeit briefly. It all started to go downhill as soon as Richardson left Manchester United, spending an average 5 years at the Stadium of Light before less than impressive stints with Fulham, Aston Villa and most recently Cardiff. Number 9. Josh King. The Norwegian striker's rise over the past couple of years is pretty impressive, even more so when you consider he was once a youngster unable to get a kick at Manchester United. King joined the club in January 2008 at the age of 16 and would have 4 loan spells away from Old Trafford during his 5 years there. King would make 2 first-team appearances in a Manchester United shirt before joining Blackburn Rovers permanently in 2012, spending 3 years at Ewood Park, where he would have a somewhat atrocious scoring record, which made a move to newly promoted Bournemouth in 2015 very shocking. However, the move worked out for both the Cherries and King, so far managing 30 Premier League goals in 100 outings. And finally, number 10, Dong Fangzhuo. I mean, what on earth was all this about? Dong Fangzhuo cost Manchester United an initial £500,000 in 2004 and managed to spend 4 years at Old Trafford, making just 1 Premier League appearance, in which he didn't actually score, surprisingly. The fee could have risen to £3.5 million based on appearances, but I'm gonna guess it didn't. The only time the Chinese striker has been somewhat prolific during his career was at Royal Antwerp, and they were during a 2-year loan spell away from Old Trafford. Dong Fangzhuo left in 2008 for Dalian Shide and is now retired at the age of 33, seemingly packing in the game 4 years ago. Considering he only managed 200 league appearances during a 12-year career, it's no wonder that nobody remembers him. So those are 10 players who you might have forgotten played for Manchester United. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.